I can't believe this happened to me. But every word is true. It started one crisp autumn morning in 2022, out in the rolling hills of Northern California. I'd just poured myself a steaming cup of coffee and stepped onto the deck of my rustic lodge overlooking the pond I'd spent the last year reviving. This wasn't some backyard pudlight, it was a 5-acre body of water I'd bought with the property, complete with water rights I'd meticulously documented as a certified hydrologist. I'd cleared out invasive weeds, installed aeration pumps, and stocked it with native fish. It was my sanctuary, my project after years of consulting on big dam jobs. Then I spotted it, a shiny metal sign staked into the mud along the shore, declaring community asset managed by Willow Creek Association. My heart skipped a beat. Who the hell put that there? Before I could yank it out, a sleek black SUV crunched up the gravel drive. Out stepped a woman in a tailored pantsuit, her heels sinking slightly into the soft earth. She had that polished look, like she'd stepped out of a boardroom, not a dirt road. "Good morning," she called, waving a leather portfolio. "I'm Vivian Lang, president of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association. I see you've noticed our marker." "Our marker?" I set my coffee down, trying to stay calm. "This is private property. I own this pond outright. What's this about?" She flashed a smile that felt more like a challenge and slapped her portfolio onto my outdoor table. Inside was a document claiming a preservation covenant that supposedly made the pond communal land. "We've held stewardship over this water for years," she said, her voice smooth as silk. "Time to formalize access rules and contribution fees." As a hydrologist, I deal with legal water docs all day. One glance told me this was bogus. No official stamps, no filing codes, no notary seals. I pulled out my own binder, deeds from the state recorder, permits from environmental agencies, even soil tests from the restoration. "This isn't legit," I told her, pointing out the flaws. My title search was clean. No covenants. Vivian's eyes narrowed, her composure cracking just a fraction. Environmental priorities override personal claims sometimes. She snapped, gathering her papers. "Expect a letter from our lawyer." She stormed off, leaving dust in her wake. I snapped photos of her doc and emailed the county clerk right away, attaching everything. 2 days later, their reply confirmed no covenants existed but flagged a recent inspection order with my signature forged on it. Fraud. My gut twisted. This wasn't a mix-up. It was targeted. I called the county assessor, Robert Klein, an old contact from permit days. He came out, paced the banks with his gear, and verified my boundaries. "Your riparian rights are ironclad," he said, shaking his head. "Whoever faked that inspection has no leg to stand on." Relief washed over me, but dread lingered. Vivian wasn't the type to quit. That evening, as the sun dipped behind the oaks, I stared at the pond's rippling surface, wondering what she'd try next. It escalated fast. Weeks later, I was unloading supplies when a group led by Vivian marched up, hammering another sign into the ground: "Association amenity, no unauthorized use." She declared the pond theirs, citing redrawn boundaries. Neighbors she'd rallied whispered accusations, calling me a hoarder of resources. I froze, then dialed the sheriff. Deputy Tom Barrett arrived, skeptical at first, but after checking my deeds on his tablet, his face hardened. "This is criminal trespass," he said, photographing the scene. "We'll get it removed." As he worked, I spotted fresh tracks someone had snuck in overnight and chained a barrier across my access path. Poured concrete posts. My security cams caught it, a truck at 3 a.m. Figures working in shadows. I sent the footage to Barrett. HOA card paid for the materials. He called back later. This ties straight to Vivian. But she didn't stop. During the barrier takedown, someone slipped to my pump house and slapped a new lock on the valve, locking me out of my own system. Fury boiled in me. This wasn't about sharing. It was sabotage, making the pond unusable so I'd sell or surrender. My lawyer warned it was heading to court, but I documented it all: photos, timestamps, reports. Then came the whispers. At a tense association meeting in the old community hall, Vivian projected slides of flood hazards from my restoration, twisting facts to scare folks. What if his changes drown our homes? She asked, voice dripping concern. I stood, presenting my engineering reports showing reduced risks. But doubt had seeded. People avoided my eyes as they left. That's when Mrs. Whitaker, a retired bookkeeper from the group, pulled me aside. Vivian's got money troubles, gambling liens, shady HOA spending. She sees your pond as a cash cow. She connected me with Laura Benson, a forensic accountant in the neighborhood. Laura dug in, uncovering $52,000 siphoned through ghost vendors, all signed by Vivian. Timelines matched, spikes in fraud right after I bought the place, and buried in old files. A 2001 receipt for unauthorized valve tweaks on the pond Vivian prepping for control decades ago. The real gut punch. Vivian started calling my clients. Ethan's unstable legal mess is affecting his work. She'd say, all faux worry. I lost $28,000 in contracts overnight. Developers bailing to avoid drama. I recorded voicemails, got affidavits, but the damage stung. Then she filed an eco-violation claim. State biologist Dr. Elena Vargas showed up, tools in tow. We tested water quality, oxygen levels, everything pristine. This is top-notch stewardship, she said. But Vivian arrived with a consultant, Dr. Harlan Brooks, spouting dire warnings. Elena checked his creds on her phone, fake degree from a defunct school. This is fraud, she barked. Brooks bolted. Vivian stammered excuses. Elena's report cleared me and flagged Vivian for misleading authorities. Pieces fell together. Emails Laura found showed Vivian negotiating $35,000 yearly leases with a boating firm promising pond access she never owned. My purchase wrecked her scheme, so she waged war. Cornered, she ramped up anonymous threats. More tampering. But I built my case brick by brick. The showdown came in a stuffy county hearing room in early 2023. Judge Amelia Thornton presided, sharp-eyed and no-nonsense. Vivian's lawyer pushed historical oversight for adverse possession, flashing old logs. But I unloaded my arsenal: deeds, Laura's fraud breakdown, Barrett's police files, Elena's eco-praise, even those lease emails proving motive. Witnesses testified: Laura on embezzlement, Robert on forgeries, Barrett on crimes, Elena on the fake expert. Vivian's facade shattered. Her lawyer faltered. Thornton ruled, petition denied. Mr. Harper's title is absolute. Cease all interference, or face contempt. She forwarded everything to prosecutors for fraud charges. Aftermath hit hard. Vivian faced indictment. Audits revealed her theft from neighbors. Community members, once her allies, showed at my lodge with apologies. We were duped. One said, voice breaking. They reformed the association, audits, transparency. Vivian's sentencing: 4 years probation, $52,000 payback. Service hours: License yanked. No prison. But her empire crumbled. My business rebounded. The pond became a teaching spot for local colleges. I spoke at hydrology conferences. My story a cautionary tale. Wild grasses bloomed where her barriers once stood, a quiet victory. Fighting her taught me, document relentlessly. Stand firm. Let truth prevail. What do you think? Should homeowners associations have the power to override private property rights like this? Or are they just breeding grounds for corruption? Would you have sold out early to avoid the fight? Or gone all in like I did? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like if this got your blood pumping. And subscribe for more real-life twists that might just change how you see your own backyard.